Hello everyone, welcome! Welcome to Flosstube 45. My name is Candace. This is my channel about all things stitching. And dogs who like to walk downstairs during my intro. That would be my 2-year-old Bella who just walked down the stairs. Come investigate what's going on. Let's see. Did I say my name is Candace? I think I did. So I'm Candace. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so excited you found my channel. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. I have finishes galore. It's like a finish palooza this week. Not like a fully finished palooza. Although, I guess you could consider 3 of them fully finished. And then 1 finish. So the only problem is that I only have 1 of the 4 in my hot little hands right now. So, let's see. It's been really nice. It's been a good couple of days as far as the weather goes. It's super windy though. So we got a little bit of rain yesterday. And then the sun shined for like a hot second this morning. And all of a sudden, my perennials out front are screaming hallelujah. I don't know. It's crazy how much they grew overnight though. So, why don't we get into those fully finished objects? So let's start with the 3 that I do not have with me right this second. The first one is a knit finished object, and that is, if I can get my husband to send me a picture, I will insert the photo. I hope he can send me a picture because it is Evan's Bankhead Hat. This is a pattern on Ravelry. It's called the Bankhead Hat, and I used Knit Picks Felici worsted weight yarn in the color Aquarium. So hopefully you're seeing a picture of his hat. Probably, if my husband was able to take it, it is either in the car or while they're at swim. I don't know. It's 61 degrees outside. He didn't need to wear the hat, but I realized it was in his backpack when he got to school today. So his hat is complete. He's super excited. I don't know if he's going to be able to wear it anymore this year. Maybe not until fall. So his hat is done. Yay! That makes 3 hats for my family this year that I got done before summer. So the next one, you'll remember I was like this close to finishing Owen's quilt. It's done. So unfortunately, because it's been so windy, I cannot get any outside pictures of it. Like if my husband had tried to hold it yesterday, it would have blown, sideways. So here is Owen's finished quilt. I just laid it off the edge of his bed, and I turned it so that you could see the panel upright. It's a Mario panel, and then I used solid fabrics to make borders around it. And then it's got a, the binding and the backing are a Super Mario 3 fabric. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. The only thing that I'm like kicking myself, I should have made it a little bit bigger. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make him a whole new quilt, much like Evan's that you're going to see in just a second. Because he needs something like good for bedtime. It needs to stay on his bed and not come off every time he rolls over. So why don't we talk about Evan's quilt? Evan's is a Minecraft quilt. I had actually pieced the blocks for this beginning of quarantine, I think. I am not for sure. It might have been a little bit before that. Either way, this quilt has been in the works for a little over a year. So it's just Minecraft fabric and then some blue and green solid and white background. His is ginormous. It's like 86 by 104, I think. It's amazing. It's amazing. I used multicolored green strips for the border. The back of it is just pieced. I didn't take a picture of the back. But the back of it is just pieced with a bunch of different blues and whites because I didn't have enough backing. I had purchased the backing thinking I was going to make it a full-size quilt for his bed, and then realized that it needed to be a little bit bigger than that. So it's more like it would probably fit on a queen-size bed easily. But he loves it. It's fantastic. He's so excited. He took all of his stuffed animals off of his bed and only left the Minecraft ones on. So he has a creeper, and then he has the, it's a panda. I don't know. It's a Minecraft panda. And then he's got like Minecraft sheets in his pillowcases. So he's very excited that Mom finally finished his quilt. I finished it yesterday. I washed it last night, and it wasn't quite dry when he went to bed. So after he fell asleep, once it was dry, I took it upstairs and I took the other one off and I put that one on. So when he woke up this morning, he had his Minecraft quilt on top of him. So those are knitting and quilting finishes. That's all I have for knitting and quilting. I have nothing else for knitting and quilting today. The rest is stitching. So why don't we chat about a stitching finish? This is Linen and Threads. It is done. I am so excited. This was the Linen and Threads 2020 Mystery Sampler, and it was a WhipGo project for, let me see. Where is it? Oh, there it is. February. It was a WhipGo project for February. The goal was to finish it this year. And I did. I finished it today. Today. I'm so excited. So this is on a 28 count light gray Jobelin. It's definitely more beige than gray. In every light I look at it, it looks more beige than gray. But I used DMC, a variegated purple. It's number 52. And then I picked out 5 DMC colors that went with that variegated. So here we are. It is complete. It's complete, and I'm so excited. This was the big project. This was probably my biggest project up to this point. So last week I had this motif, the bee, and then this flower done. So I did this big motif and that one in the corner to finish it up. So she's done. You guys, I'm so excited. I know that the goal of March Madness, because this was the winner for March Madness too. Part of the reason why I finished it this month. I know the goal is to fully finish, but I don't know. So I think this is like 14 by 14. I just love how it turned out. I don't know for sure if I can even find a frame. I don't know. But I would like to frame it. I'm probably going to have to go the custom route. If I do, I will probably purchase the frame and then just frame it myself to save a little bit of money. I don't know. I'll have to do some looking and see if I can find anything. I just want it simply framed so that it doesn't take away from the stitching. This is my very first Quaker sampler. I don't even know what you would call it, but this was cool. This was a good learning experience. It makes me realize that year-long stitch-alongs may not be for me because I didn't finish it in 2020. But yeah, I like it. I'm excited. So it's done. Yay! Oh, I gotta take my needle out. I left my needle in it because I had my floss is still in here because I finished it today, and I didn't want to put the needle in that bag and have it, you know, become lost. So that one is finished. Let's see. So now we just have whips. Just some whips. Let's start with, this is a whip go for this month. And my goal for the year is to finish it, but it was called this month. So this is Little Dove Designs, Spring Awakening. And I'm doing this on a 14 count platinum Aida. So here's where I was before. And it's not like massively a ton of progress, but there's definitely progress. So I got the rest of the tree done. And I got some of these, those will be tulips, or daffodils. They'll be daffodils. And then I got some of this done down this way. So that's where I am right now. And I have to remember, actually, that's perfect. I kept forgetting to put a needle in this one because I didn't have a needle minder in here for some reason. So no needle. And now when I pick it up, I have a needle. So definitely want to focus on this one for this next week. And I cannot believe that the next time I record, it will be the last day of the month. It'll be March 31st. So hopefully this week I will get some work done on this one. You know, plans always change though. And really, after March Madness, I would like to stitch just whatever I feel like stitching. So next, I'm part of Sane Stitchers, and one of the challenges is a year-long challenge, not a year-long stitch-along, but a year-long challenge that is called Alpha My Bet. So what we do is there's a letter called every 2 weeks, and during that 2 weeks we work on that letter on our whatever pattern we choose. It just had to have an alphabet. So I chose to do Cuore Batticuore. This is the Christmas sampler. There we go. There was a tiny little bit of glare on there. I did change all the colors except for the white. So the white is B5200, but I did change to hand dyed. I believe on my last video, in a comment, I put what all my colors were. I also wrote them down on the sheet that had all the colors on it. But I'm not intending on selling my patterns or anything, so I have no qualms against writing right here. So, letter F had been called on the 12th, but I hadn't even finished E yet. So I had to get E done, and then I got F done, and then G will be called this Friday, so in 2 days. All right, so here's where I was before. I'm going to see if I can do this so that you can't see through it. And this is on a, I want to say it's on a 32 count Jobelin, I think. So here I am now. Okay. So I didn't do anything up in this corner, but I did get the E and the F done. And then I started on this little, like dome. It's kind of like a cake tray. It actually has a stand. I just haven't gotten that far yet. So I got all those houses done and the bow. And then down here, I know it's really hard to see. Hold on. I got the E and the F done down here. So G is up next, and my goal for that, I will probably work on that this weekend. I want to get where it says Christmas up there at the top. I would like to get that word done, and then the stand for this, and I want to finish this row across because this row's off by a half a stitch. So I want to get it done, and then I know that I'm not counting from it at all. Now, I could actually fix it right here because if you'll see there's a space in between each of those, I could fix it right here and make it correct. But I don't know if it would look weird with an extra half a stitch in there, if it would be noticeable. It is the center. That is the center of the chart. So maybe it wouldn't look weird. Maybe it'll be an easy fix. So we'll see. But this will come out probably this weekend. I've really liked working on it, you know, like on a Saturday night when my husband and I are just sitting there watching Dr. Pol or whoever, you know, whatever happens to be on TV. It's just fun to sit and stitch and not have anything too crazy. Okay, so my next two pieces that I worked on are full coverage pieces, and I'm using these for a couple of challenges. So I did say I was in Sane Stitchers. I am also in Full Coverage Fanatics. So in Sane Stitchers, there's a year-long challenge that is called the Take a Hike Challenge, and you basically stitch, they'll put like a trail. For instance, do I have one on here? Like Denali, or the Gates of the Arctic, or Glacier Bray. Just a trail, and then you stitch, I believe they did it in kilometers. But that's the number of stitches that you stitch, and then that trail is complete. So the other challenge is in Full Coverage Fanatics, and that one is called March Sprints, and there's 20 different dates of famous historical things that happened, and to finish one you actually stitch the date. So if it was in 1882, you would do 1,882 stitches. And I do full cross on all my projects, so the number that it states is the number that I do. So let's see, we'll start with Magic Study. That one, I'm still just plugging away on the same color. So here it was last time. You guys saw it last week, I think. The only thing that I've completed so far as challenges was I completed the February bookshelf challenge for Full Coverage Fanatics. So here's where we are now. There we go. Now you can see all of it. So I'm still just plugging away on color 32. I don't know. I'm feeling it, so I'm still working on it. Still doing it. So that's where we are on that one. Now the next time I'll post a picture of this is for, the March monthly focus. I chose to do Magic Study again, so you post a picture every 1,000 stitches. So I'll post this actually in like 60 stitches. Like 60 stitches to hit the next 1,000 on this. So I may do that tonight. We'll see. The other one is, I lied. I have two more now. I forgot about Mini Citrine down here. So this is Mini Citrine. And then where I was last time. And here I am now. So here, I'll give you the full view of how much you can see, because the rest of it's rolled up. And then I worked on this down here. So I did a lot more color. I think I was right in this area last time. I got more up in this way. And you know, it's funny because the minimum is 50 stitches per day, but I must have cut my length of floss a little bit longer, and I was averaging between 65 and 70 stitches a day. So I got a little extra on this one. And then this one I finished February bookshelf challenge in Full Coverage Fanatics. So the next up for that one is, if I can, would be one of the March Sprints, 1872. But I got a ways to go for that. I have about 500 stitches before I complete that one. So, okay, now the last one. Mini Dark Goddess. See, I have my cheat sheet here. And it shows me, like, when I hit goals for each one. At least for right now. Once March is over, the March Sprints ones will go away. And I'll redo this for whatever the next challenge is. So this is Mini Dark Goddess from Carol Cavaleris. And here's where I was last time. And I got quite a bit done on this. I can't remember exactly how many stitches, but I can kind of ballpark it. Because I use the, let's see, what day did I record last week? On the 17th? Oh yeah, about 1,200 stitches this week on this one. So, here's where it is now. So I got a whole bunch of this filled in. And what I would do is I would fill in whatever part of the petal here, and then I'd wander off. I know I got a bunch of this done, and there were a few that are over here. If you, like, there's some heavy traveling happening. But it's full coverage. It's not going to matter because it's all going to be covered up in the end anyway. And I just made sure that where those are traveled really far, there's no white right there. The majority of the white was right here. So that's where I'm at now. I love this one. I think it's so pretty. But there was a whole lot of confetti right here. So that's why I would do it and then move it off into wherever. So this one got posted for March Sprints for 1924. So I've done a little over 2,000 stitches on this month, which is awesome. The next time it gets posted is about 2,000 more stitches when Denali is finished for the Take a Hike. So I'm pretty excited. This is on 25 count easy grid. Mini Citrine is on 25 count that I gridded myself. And Magic Study is on 28 count easy grid. So I don't notice a difference with the 28 count as opposed to the 25. I mean, it's not any harder to do a pin stitch. It's not any harder to see the holes. It's basically, it seems just like it's 25 count. So, that's all I have for this week. Those are all my whips. As far as plans go, I'm really just going to play it by ear. Tonight, you just never know. It's whatever I feel like stitching tonight. I might work on Magic Study. I might work on Mini Dark Goddess. I need to do my at least 50 stitches on Mini Citrine. And then I'll get that done before the kids and my husband get home from swim. Only one kid is swimming. Because the other one, I didn't get much stitching done on Monday. Because I got a phone call at work at 11:30 telling me that my son needed to be picked up. Because he got hurt after lunch at recess. So I get to the school and he's sitting there, paper towels and an ice pack on his head. That kid had stood up too fast and hit one of the bars on the playground and split his head open. Lots of blood. I took him in. They're like, yeah, you should probably take him to the ER. I should have taken him to urgent care. It would have been a lot cheaper. Our ER copay is $350. Thank goodness for a flex spending account, right? So she's like, he doesn't need staples. He's good. It's just an abrasion. And I'm like, I just brought my kid to the ER for an abrasion. I felt like such a jerk. I apologized to the doctor and the nurse when the nurse came in to clean it up a little bit. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I didn't really get a good look at it. They just told me that he was probably going to need a staple and to just take him to the ER. I said, next time I'll look a little closer. Because I could have figured out myself that it didn't need a staple. Oh well, now each child has had his head split open in one way or another. So he's fine though. He just can't swim until Friday. Once it scabs over really good, she's like, yeah, he's fine to swim. So he's just watching his brother today. He can't swim today. But yeah, so I'm just going to work on whatever floats my boat. I would like to get caught up on my blocks for the Fat Quarter Shop. So long. My brain totally just... I will post the name of it right here. Because I just totally blanked. But I'm like 3 blocks behind again. So I would like to get those done this weekend. I want to get grime guards made for my Q-snaps and a couple of my scroll rods this weekend. Now that I have those 2 big quilts done, I have this feeling of like relief and pride and just accomplishment at getting them done. And next up, as far as blankets go, I would like to make a lap quilt for my husband because he never gets anything. I'm always making for myself or the kids, or, you know, like my mom, I'll make gifts for her. So I have a jelly roll that I would like to make into a lap size quilt for him. So, and by lap size, I mean like he could lay on the couch and cover himself with it. It's not going to be big enough to fit a bed, but it'll be big enough for him to cover up with if he wants to take a nap or whatever. So, yeah, maybe I'll get started on that this weekend. As far as cross stitch, whatever I feel like stitching. It's the last week of the month. I definitely want to put more progress in on Spring Awakening. And maybe this weekend I will start letter G for the Alpha My Bet challenge. Alright, so I have one piece of haul. That's it. I didn't really get anything in the mail this week. Just one thing. So this, I'm going to fold this because I need to see all the information. But this is a shop on Etsy. Now, at first, I kind of, if you guys watch Pam and Steph, you know that, from Just Keep Stitching, you know that Steph works at Keepsakes, which is a local needlework shop in Ohio. So I was looking because I was really enjoying 40 count, and I wanted to find some white 40 count so I could dye it myself. You know, it's less expensive that way, right? And I found this shop on Etsy that had 40 count even weave. It's like perfect. That's awesome. So their name is Keepsake Stitchery. And they're located in Ohio. It threw me off for a second. It is not the same. This Etsy shop, not only does she have some cross-stitch items, but she also carries quilting items and fully finished quilted products. So I think there were some like cute baby bibs. If you have a shower coming up, they were really cute. I think she had a couple of quilts in there that she had made, but she had 40 count. So I ended up getting a 40 count Zweigart Verdal, and then two other Luganas, Springfield Sage and Light Ash Gray. These, can I just show you how these were packaged? They were adorable. They were all wrapped up. They had a little, like a thin little rope tied around them, a sticker on each one that had the count of the fabric. So this is, I know, super boring, right? I stuck the sticker on the fabric so I knew what it was. So this is the 40 count even weave. It's a fat quarter. There you go. Just white. So I will I will dye this at some point when I figure out what I want to put on it. And then this is the 28 count Sage Lugana. And the only thing is it's, the edges are not serged. So I will probably, depending on what I put on it, I will probably do that. And then this one was the light ash gray. Or maybe it's just ash gray. So, and these are solid colors. They're not they're not modeled. They may be hand dyed. I'm not positive. But they're definitely not modeled. They're just a solid color. So, I couldn't resist. Her prices were fantastic. And she shipped it really quickly. So, you can kind of see a little bit better. The sage is a little more green than the ash gray. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to put on them. But it was nice to add to my fabric stash. And I was like, if I'm going to order this one, I might as well order a couple more. So that was from Keepsake Stitchery. That was all I got. That's all I got in the mail. So that's all I have for today. I apologize for this no makeup. I mean, I have eye makeup on, but y'all, I wear a mask at work. I'm not going to waste my makeup and have it get all over my mask. So sorry, I didn't try today. I got home from work, I changed my clothes, I let the dogs out, and I was like, I don't feel like putting makeup on. So I didn't. But that's all I have for today. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. I hope you have good weather wherever you are. I think we're supposed to get a little more rain, but my flowers like it, so I'm not complaining. Although that means the grass is going to start growing soon. And then the mowing will commence. So that's it. That's all I got. Have a great week. I will see you guys next Wednesday on March 31st. Happy stitching, everybody.